Awesome, awesome. Well, hey y'all, happy Friday. My name is Lori Redding, and I see some familiar faces, which is always nice. I am a coach. I started coaching this plan in 2019. Smidgen about me is I had been on a perpetual diet for my whole entire life. Anybody else been on one of those? Oh my gosh, people are waving at me. I love this. I had been on a perpetual diet my whole life. Um, I remember going to Weight Watchers at a church in Western North Carolina when I was about 12. I wanted to go because I knew I was a little bit different and I wanted to fit in better. I don't know if that resonates with anybody. If I would go to spend the night at someone's house, there weren't any pajamas to fit me. So sometimes I would say, Mom said I couldn't go, right? Because there weren't any pajamas at my skinny friends' houses. And I didn't want like the dads or the brothers or whatever. Uh-oh, Shannon Perry. But there's that. I grew up shopping at Sears in Asheville. There was this section called Pretty Plus. And I know the door I had to go in at the Asheville Mall to get me directly in to the Pretty Plus section. I don't know if anybody else has memories of that, but those are like some core memories for me. And fighting my weight was a battle the whole time. And I look like the name Pretty Plus, seriously. Somebody just said chunky at J.C. Penney. Is that a thing? Like these names. And those are the things that we remember, right? I tried and I tried and I tried to figure out how to change it. I did. And I had great family support. Well, my dad was a little bit crooked. My parents were like super divorced. Like he tried to pay me to lose weight. I earned things by trying to lose weight. I earned a computer. I earned money. I earned all of the things. He tried to pay mom and I both to lose weight and they were divorced. So there's all these memories for me that are tied to weight loss and I never figured it out. And I'm a pretty like most of the time together person. I'm an occupational therapist at a hospital. I was there 26 years yesterday. Successful at my job, great husband, family. I'm successful at that stuff, but I was not successful at losing weight. Whatever it was, Weight Watchers, Isogenics, Phentermine, grapefruit and bacon, like you name it, I tried it. And I'm sure y'all have some crazy things on here too. We could probably go down a rabbit hole talking about the funny things that we tried. None of that was the answer because guess what? I never changed my habits. It's all about our habits. And if any of us on this call get to your goal and go back to your old habits, what's going to happen, folks? What's going to happen? Are you going to keep the weight off? The answer's no. The answer's no. That if that's the mindset you have about this, you're dieting, right? You're dieting. You have to make a lifestyle change. Finally, when I was 42 years old, I found Optavia. I found Optavia. I lost 45 pounds 6 years ago and I have kept it off. Now, do I wiggle around with 4 or 5? Of course I do, but I have a hard stop. Hard stop. I get on the scales every day. Every day. I have a hard stop. If I see that scale be my hard stop number, I'm like, no, ma'am. And that does not mean I go back to the 5 and 1. That means that I tighten up my
I'm gonna
habits.
pour
I'm
the
making
water.
double sure that I'm getting my water in, I'm eating my protein and veggies, and I am not taking part in nonsense. There's lots of different definitions for nonsense, right? But am I having any habits sneak back in? I am not 57, Nicole Foster. Is that to me? I'm 48. But I don't want any nonsense, right? If I have that hard stop on my scales, I'm like, no, ma'am, like, tighten it up, whatever I've been doing. I have a favorite granola, right? If I get heavy handed on the granola, sometimes I'm like, Lori, get your tablespoon back out because it's easy to like start dumping again. The creamer, those are all habits that we learned. We learned to measure the creamer, right? Those are all things that are going to stick with you forever if you learn this. That lean and green meal is your training wheels meal. And leaning into that, leaning into the habits that come with that, they're essential. And guys, you can't be all in or all out ever. We all have to be all in. Now, when I say that, I see a few faces. They're like, does all in mean that I have to eat 5 fuelings a day forever? No, but it means you have to contend for your health. You have to make hard choices and you have to keep your head in the game. I was out to dinner with a couple of y'all on here last night, and it's funny. We're all together. We're all health coaches at this where we got together. We all had great meals because our habits are to choose lean and green. The lady brought the bread basket to the table. And, or no, she said, would you like bread? And we all said, no, thank you. And that's a habit. That's a habit that I've learned over the past 6 years. Now, are there a couple of restaurants in this town where I might want a piece of bread? Yes, I am not telling y'all that I'm not having bread forever. But my habits at a restaurant are to say, no, thank you. Thank you so much. I ordered my Caesar salad. Guess what I left off? I'm looking at y'all's faces. I said, no croutons. I don't like the croutons at this particular restaurant. Now there's another restaurant in town that has cornbread croutons. I'll go for those. But these were just I didn't need these, right? So I made the choice because we all have choices. We all make several hundred choices a day in regards to food. Um, but I made a choice, no croutons dressing on the side, because that's my habits. That's my habits. And that's where this habit stacking that you're doing through your 5 fuelings a day, your water, your lean and green, or I see faces that are at their goal weight. You're still using those habits that you have learned and you're still all in. You're still all in. You still have a foot in because you've got to stay with the mindset. Because if we go all out, that's when we go crazy and lose sight of our goals, right? Every choice that we make is a step toward our goal or away from our goals. And I love that. And that's a true, simple question. And that's something that you guys can ask yourself. Is this choice helping me toward my goals or away from my goals? There's not a lot of in the middle for that, right? Now, are we going to make conscious choices sometimes? Maybe. Yes, absolutely. But those are choices. But that doesn't mean you have to be derailed for the whole weekend. I'm going to give, it's Friday, so I'm just saying the weekend. I want you to think about being all in or all out. I used to be that way. I started something all in on Monday. I'm only going to have lettuce, carrots, and chicken for the week. How many days did that last? About 1.5 or 2. Yes, right? 2 days. So by Wednesday, I'm like, I quit. I quit. I'll start again on Monday. So do y'all know what I did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I ate myself through Greensboro. One more time. One more time. Let me hit all the places. Let me go get all the favorite things that I'm not going to be able to have for the rest of my life. Let me go through this drive-through, that drive-through, run in Maxi, last meal. Yes, Debbie. Yes, last meal. Let me have my last meal for the next 5 days and let me start again on Monday. Oh my gosh, y'all are blowing up the chat. So obviously, folks are connected. So I quit on Tuesday, started again on Wednesday, ate myself through Greensboro, made sure I ate it all. Sometimes paid in cash, so my husband didn't know what I did. I see some people waving at me. Sometimes I stopped and put it in the trash can at the gas station. Sometimes my kids got in the car at pickup and said, I smell French fries. And I was like, I hadn't had any French fries. Y'all, I was a liar. Like, what? I told an elementary school kid I had not had French fries. I ate them all, didn't save them one, and lied about it. That's bad. That's bad. I also did things like if there was food here, I'd put it in the trash and I got it out a time or two. Gross, right? I did it. And I know some of y'all have too, because I know some of y'all. I learned to ruin it. Like there were times in my life I'll have to ruin the food. I'm going to put it in the trash, put Dawn dish soap all over it, put coffee grinds on it, put something on it to ruin it. If not, I was going to go like pillaging through it, right? So there are things that I'm not proud of, but those things did not change until Optavia. They did not change until I worked on my mindset and had a crew of you guys working with me. We're working together because we're all here. I don't know. I know some of y'all on this screen, but we all have something in common. We're all here because we're contending for our health. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is. Maybe some of y'all went to the doctor and had a situation that you got to get that fixed because health is important. I'm an occupational therapist. I worked on Sunday. All 10 people I saw on Sunday had obesity on their chart and morbid obesity. All 10. And I kept a little hashtag because when I work, I'm observant like that. Like sometimes I have some little bitty ladies that have broken their hip, right? This was not a day like that. This was a day of obesity related complications, diabetes, uncontrolled blood pressure, cellulitis, like a whole mess of stuff, surgeries. Everybody was obese or morbidly obese. And then I'm derailing a little bit. I saw what their families were bringing them to eat after like they had kind of been on a diet at the hospital that was questionable healthy, but their family was bringing them Bojangles, bringing them comfort food. Like that's a problem, right? Like our families, we need to support us. But I derailed a little bit. I'm in healthcare. I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about you guys getting healthy because this is the first line of defense in healthcare is nutrition. And you guys are absolutely here for that. Um, you've made a choice to be here. You're spending time, so you're already working on your mindset. But that's what it's all about. It's your mindset. I do some calls sometimes with other coaches and clients that we talk about what have you gained from doing this plan? What have you gained? I want y'all to think about that just a little bit. Like, what have you gained? Sure, there's times I might feel like I'm missing out on a little something, but it's very powerful to be like, I don't want it. I'm good because I know how I feel after I eat it. But these 6 years, I have to completely try to focus on what I've gained. What have I gained? I've gained self confidence. I've gained energy. Y'all put in the chat what you have gained. I love seeing this for people. Like, what have you gained? I gained the ability not to delete pictures of my family. Before I started this, I would have little pictures, and I live in the South, and my daughter had, some of y'all might not know what this means, smock dresses. Y'all following me? Some of you Northerners might not know. It's like a cute dress. It's real in around here. Smock dresses and a big old bow. And my little fat face was coming out behind her, trying like the bow, trying to hide it. I didn't want to be in pictures. So I gained self-confidence. I gained the want to be little girl being like, Mommy, take a picture. Yes, Molly Ruth, I'll take a picture. Yes, I became more of a yes mom. What have you gained from these healthy habits? What have you gained from making hard decisions when you've been at a cookout or out to dinner or those types of things? And I think that's something like to really think about. I also have gained some changes in my family. Um, my mom is here. Mom, will you talk so I can find you? You got to unmute. Uh-oh, we didn't practice this unmuting thing. Mother, she's here, I swear. I see her in the chat. Well, anyway, I gained helping my family get healthy.
Hello.
There she is. Good job, Mother.
Too much technology for me here, ladies, and
No,
Jill
you're
Granny.
doing good. So this is my mom. Her name's Tana, and we together have changed our life. We were on a perpetual diet together over the years, right? We went to Weight Watchers, and then we went to Quincy's and got big fat yeast rolls. Who knows Quincy's? Like we did those things together. I started this, and Mom, what did you say when I brought my little packets into your house?
I wasn't going to eat that nasty food.
That's what she said. Who else said that initially?
Ooh, I was
Yeah, yeah. She wasn't going to do it. Well, then what happened, Mom? What happened during COVID?
okay. Is it my turn to talk? Or are you going to interrupt me?
I might interrupt you. We'll see.
Okay, so I watched Lori for maybe a year, year and a half, and yes, I wasn't going to eat the nasty food. Then in 2020, we went to Disney World together. Lori's family and my husband and I met them down there, ate our way, or at least I did. I ate my way through Disney World. Everything chocolate. Lori, turned her back on it. Then I came home and the world shut down for COVID, and I continued to make everything chocolate I could think of. Didn't always think should share the leftovers with my husband, and I might have hid some of those too. But anyway, so in April of 2020, I called Lori. Now she has one story and I have another one. But anyway, Lori at that time had Molly Ruth doing a lot of Optavia orders for her because she was still working full time. And Molly Ruth was at home doing homeschool and had time to sign people up. So anyway, Molly Ruth called her mama and said, Mama, Mimi wants to sign up for Optavia. Um, what do you think? And Lori told her to only sign me up for foods that they liked because she knew I wouldn't do it. I wish I could see all your all's faces, but I don't know how to do that. So I said to myself, by George, only it wasn't George I was talking to, I said, I am going to do this and I am not going to be a failure at this. Well, good heavens, I liked the food. I loved the pancakes and the cheddar biscuit that everybody complained about 5 years ago was one of my favorites because I could make it into garlic bread with skinny lasagna or zucchini lasagna, whatever. Anyway, so I made up my mind I was going to do it. I lost about 12 pounds in the first month, normal average. We met at the beach. Molly Ruth put her arms around me and said, Mimi, I can get my arms all the way around you now. And I thought, but this is worth it. This is worth it. And I cried. I still get tears in my eyes when I think about how far I've come and what it's done for our family. I don't know how long I'm supposed to talk, Lorraine. You'll have to tell me.
You're fine.
Um, Another thing that happened was about 5 years before Optavia, I had really high cholesterol and I can't take statin drugs. So Lori said, come down here to Greensboro, meet this family functional doctor. So I went down, she did blood work. She said, I am more worried about your sugar levels than I am your cholesterol. And so she went into the whole spiel about family functional doctors believe these different things can cause inflammation in your body. And it was wheat, corn, sugar, and dairy. So she said, you need to do an elimination diet, go off of gluten. So I did all that for about 5 weeks. Nothing really made a difference except the wheat. And I noticed that still caused inflammation in my body. Nothing made my cholesterol go down. Nothing made the sugar levels go down. But guess what? Optavia was the difference. Optavia made it all better. Um, I went to the doctor after that first 6 weeks on plan. I'd lost 20 pounds by then, and I thought she was going to turn cartwheels down the hall. She's like, oh, she's a little different, our doctor. But she's like, oh, what have you done? What have you done? We need to share this with everyone. And anyway, so it took me 4 months to lose 41 pounds, and I've kept that off. Now, like Lori, once in a while it goes up 2 or 3, 4 pounds, and then I can just go right back down. Now, recently, I have noticed that I often do science experiments on myself by maybe going to my favorite restaurant in Asheville to have breakfast, and I might have had a crunchy pumpkin waffle, which was quite fantastic, actually.
Mother?
And another broken egg, y'all.
All right, you're done. You're done.
It was
So
really good.
she's in optimization, so she can do that sometimes. Mother, how long have you had your 41 pounds off?
5 years, five
5
years,
years ago.
5 years, 5 years.
And y'all, mom and I both were fluffy or FAT. We both were. We both were. We both, go ahead,
You have to learn to say, you have to
mom.
be honest with yourself and just say, I'm fat. I got to do something about it.
Everybody doesn't say that, mother.
Oh, but I do.
I know you do. I know. I know. And so mom and I both remember all the crazy ways we try. I mean, her ex-husband tried to pay her to lose weight. How much did daddy try to give you? $20?
200 for 20 pounds.
Y'all, we've got funny stories. My dad was kind of crooked and fun at the same time. But, like I got my mom back by her doing this plan. I got my mom back. My kids got a grandmother back. If she had not lost this weight,
I'd be dead.
well, I don't know, but there's pictures of like, I'm like, God, I remember mom not feeling good. We tried to take a family picture that day at the mill. She was not happy. Like, pictures bring back memories. Do y'all remember? Do y'all know that? Pictures, faces bring back memories. Like, and I'll tell y'all my story. I'm working at the hospital during COVID. Molly Ruth calls and said, Mimi wants to sign up. I'm just going to get things that you and daddy will eat because I know she's not going to do this. So she ordered everything Kevin and I liked. And then mom on like day 3 is like, oh my God, this is great. And I'm like, and who has stolen my mother's phone? She did it. She put her head down and did it. And I never knew that she would do that, but she felt so good. And we had both tried all the things. And so once we try things and something finally worked, we were sold.
You didn't let me finish about the story.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I eat that gigantic waffle, but then my hands were kind of inflamed. I have arthritis.
Oh, good.
Wheat, yeah, see, you didn't let your mother finish,
Yes,
darling.
ma'am.
The wheat and the sugar really caused inflammation in my hands again. So that was a science experiment. And once again, I was reminded the Optavia has made me super healthy. I'm so much better on this. Now, yeah, we all have challenges. I had knee replacement surgery 4 months ago, and I could have sat in there and filled my mouth full of whatever and gained 25 or 30 pounds, but I knew that I wouldn't feel good doing that, and Optavia has been here to help me. And if I can ever help any of you, I'm happy to. I'm happy to.
Love that, mom. Love that. Um, I love that we did it together. And I think that we can say, like, this was like a thing in our family where lots of people had been overweight. Oh, mom, will you say your nursing home thing about Dee Dee?
My aunt, who was Lori's great aunt, had to go into a nursing home, and I just saw the hell that she went through there. And I was afraid that being diabetic, because I was 1 point away from being diagnosed diabetic when I went on Optavia. I forgot to say that. Anyway, I did not want to be in a nursing home if I can help it. I know things can happen, but under any circumstances, whether it's diabetes or heart failure or whatever, I just wanted to be the very best I could be for my family. I did not want Lori and Molly Ruth and Boone and Kevin to go through with me what we went, because I was kind of like a daughter to my aunt. She kind of became my mother after my mom died. Um, yeah, so I don't want to end up in a nursing home. I feel like we have to do whatever we can for our families to be the very best healthy people that we can for them.
Thank you, Mom.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all, Dee Dee, my Aunt Dorothy, she was a larger lady in the nursing home, and the people didn't want to take her to the bathroom. And then Dee Dee got to where she didn't want to drink water because she would have to go to the bathroom. Then she got a UTI and would get, it was a hamster wheel. Some of us were on a perpetual diet hamster wheel. This was a different hamster wheel. But I'm a therapist, so I was one of the only ones that could help Dee Dee in and out of the car and, different things. But like mom recognized how hard that was for Dee Dee, and that was one of her reasons. Once she did Optavia and started doing all the things. She's like, I'm not going to be like Dee Dee. We're not going to get in a pickle like that. And I know we never totally know what the future has for us. We never know. We can take care of ourselves all day long, and some things still happen. I understand that. But we can do what we can do. We all have, when I am talking to people, we all have things we can control and things we can't control. Like when you think about risk factors for things, like, if I have a patient at the hospital that's had a stroke, well, their health history is they've already had a stroke. They can't do nothing about that, but they can control what goes in their mouth. You've got controllable and uncontrollable. So some of you guys already have uncontrollable. I can't help your health history. I can't help your medical history, like things that have already happened, but you can change your future health history by changing your habits, changing your nutrition, and changing what you choose to do. There are hard times that you have to dig back into your why. And I'm really glad that waffle made my mother's arthritis flare up. I wasn't sure where she was going with that story. I'm really glad about that because we do have to learn those lessons sometimes, but we have to dig in. We still have to be all in on whatever level that is. If you're in weight loss, if you're at your goal, if you're 6 years past your goal, like for Thanksgiving, I'm just going to give a few examples how our family's changed. We still have some of our favorites, but some things have changed. We make this cauliflower of a situation now. We've made a few new things that are like from lean and green. We don't have to have all the things we used to have. And if we do, Mom, does your Thanksgiving plate look like it used to look?
No, ma'am.
No. Tell me the differences.
Well, it's not piled, super high, and there's only one serving of each thing instead of two or three.
So we learned that, guys. Like that first Thanksgiving, I had just met my goal, so I was doing things differently, and she was still snubbing me a little bit. I had said, "Hey, can we try this? Can we try that?" And anyway,
No, no.
no, no. So I kind of did my own thing, and then the next year we adopted some of these new recipes. And this is where you can help change your family. We've had different people that we've come in contact with, and they're like, "Gosh, girls, y'all look so good." Like, how much is our cousin lost, Mom?
133.
Yeah, because mom got healthy. Like all these stories, you never know who your story is going to impact. They might watch you at a restaurant. They might watch you at Thanksgiving. They might see that you're feeling your best self. Maybe you have a little funny doctor too that was so excited about mom who might tell so and so about it. You just never know who whose life you're going to impact by you getting healthy. You just never ever know. Don't be all in or don't be all out. Keep contending for your health and dig into your why. What is it? Is it that you want your granddaughter to put her arms around you? Is your ex-husband paying you $200 to get the weight off? That's not a good reason. What is it that you're doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it? So anyway, Mom, do you have any closing remarks before we maybe take some questions?
I will tell you all and yes, somebody on the chat asked if I was a coach. I am a coach. I started that about 1 month after um, signing up and lost 20 pounds or so. And why did I do it to start with? Because there's a lot with coaching, but it's so so rewarding to help other people. I'm a retired school teacher, so coaching kind of helps me fulfill that. But anyway, the most important thing you can do is, of course, stay on plan, drink your water, drink your water, drink your water. I've tried to lose weight on something besides the 5-in-1. It doesn't work. You can't do with 3 fuelings a day and have all the snacks you want and lose weight. Not going to happen. The other really super important thing that you need to do, and you're obviously doing it because y'all are here, but stay in touch with your coach. Don't ghost them. I have so many people that I'll send a reminder or check on them, whatever, and I never hear back from them. So I know they're off plan. I know that. Stay in touch with your coach.
Love that. Thank you, Mother. Yes, she's helping the retired teachers of Western North Carolina get healthy. And she's found her niche. And I know this is not a call about coaching, but Mom, do you think coaching and staying in the mix of this has helped you be accountable?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I really don't want to be at the local hamburger joint eating French fries and great big cheeseburgers if I happen to run into a client.
There you go. Little extra layer of accountability. Well, thank you for sharing that. It's been fun for us to do it together. And I will also add my daughter, Molly Ruth, is 17. So she was 11 when we started this, which is crazy town. Guys, she eats zucchini noodles. She eats palmini. She eats cauliflower. What else, Mom?
Makes really good choices.
Yes.
Better
And
than any teenager I've ever seen before.
it's but salads. She eats salads. Like she didn't do that before Mom and I started this. I mean, I have an older child that thinks Frosted Flakes is a vegetable. He did not see us modeling this at an early age. And so I think this impacts your families, whether you think it does or not, it impacts your families. For those of y'all that have kids, grandkids, little kids, big kids, people are watching and they're watching how it's impacting you and they may get curious. But my daughter she's a little bit taller than me. I'm 5'2". She did make it to 5'4". Thank the Lord. But she's shaped like me. And I feel confident that if she had not started making healthier choices, we would have been in a little bit of a pickle, just like I was in high school. Um, but anyway, I just think you never know who's watching. This can impact everyone. So anyway, all right, Mom, I'm going to remove our spotlights and then folks can ask questions and you can help me with that if you'd like. Thanks for helping me today, Mother. Can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can you see people's faces now, Mom?
Not all of them.
Well, you'd have to scroll left and right. You see one page, though, right? Okay, got it. Oh yeah, stop recording. Okay.